a convicted killer sitting on death row in North Carolina. His execution is being held up. And he says, I don't want it to be held up. I want to go ahead and be executed. And he's fired his attorney because his attorney keeps on filing these appeals and stuff. You know why his his execution is being held up? 5 executions are on hold in North Carolina because the state medical board has threatened to punish any doctor who takes part in an execution under the basis that doctors aren't supposed to take life, they're supposed to give life. Now, I want to read you this quote from this convicted murderer who's sitting on death row saying, I don't want any more appeals, execute me. I want you to read what he says. He's talking about the medical community. Why do they have a problem? They perform abortions, murder babies all the time. They all of a sudden got conscience about their Hippocratic oath. This is a man sitting on death row. He understands better than these guys in these churches did.
That's right.
Of course,
right?
pro-aborts would say, but look what kind of guy he is. He has no credibility. He's on death row.
Yeah, and I would say to that pro-abort, yeah, a man sitting on death row has got better morals than you have.
Yeah,
what does that say? It doesn't say much about this guy, but it says loads about you.
Why don't we free that man and run him up for office?
No, I don't know. Well, of course, as you know, I'm opposed to the death penalty, but I don't know that we should free this guy. But because he's stating about his own crime, he says he has no remorse about it. He murdered his own wife. He says, I have no remorse about what I did. I've cried no tears. So I don't think we want this guy running loose.
Well, at least we can give him a truthfulness award.
Yeah. And the fact is, he's got a better grip on the morality of this issue than these pastors this previous lady had called. I mean, on this letter. Think about that. A convicted murderer versus preachers in churches.
Well, see, you got a guy that has absolutely nothing to lose. Literally, he's going to lose his life.
So he's telling the truth.
Being honest. The issue is honesty. We've got to be honest about stem cell research. We've got to be honest about these doctors, or so-called doctors. On one hand, they murder children, and then they discipline their own members for committing executions. It doesn't make sense. You've got to be consistent.